Hey there everyone, and welcome to Bill's Retro Gaming Show. So finally today we got the long-awaited, long-rumored Nintendo Direct, and by a staggering coincidence, wink wink, Sony also decided to do a State of Play today. And we're going to dive in on what was announced and my thoughts right after this. Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time on here, be sure and click that subscription button. Click the notification bell if you want to be notified every time I put up a new video. Give this one a thumbs up and leave a comment below if you want to be part of the conversation. Especially let me know what you thought of today's announcements from Nintendo and Sony. Now obviously, like I said before, we had both a Nintendo Direct and a Sony State of Play today. The Nintendo Direct earlier this morning at about 10 a.m. and the State of Play at about 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I decided I would just do one video and go over both rather than try to do two separate videos. It just kind of made sense for me. And I'm going to dive in first with the Nintendo Direct from early this morning. Now, that Direct lasted about 40 minutes and they had a ton of announcements to make, showed off a whole bunch of different games and all. I am not going to cover every single one of them. It would just take way too long. I'm really just going to hit the highlight. Well, for me, what the highlights are, give you my thoughts on what they showed, give you my thoughts on what they didn't show, and then we'll kind of go from there. We'll go into the Sony State of Play and kind of do the same thing, all right? But let's get started with the Nintendo Direct. So as I said earlier today, Nintendo had their Nintendo Direct. It went for about 40 minutes, and hey, it was actually kind of a strong start right out of the gate. They announced a new game in a very popular franchise, and this is Fire Emblem Engage, which is going to be set to come out January 20th of 2023. Now, I will admit that I'm not a huge Fire Emblem fan. Never really got into the game so much, but I know a lot of people really love these games, and yeah, look kind of interesting. So hey, a strong start to their Direct by hitting us right away with Fire Emblem Engage. Alright, so the next one I want to talk about real quick is Fatal Frame Mask of the Lunar Eclipse, which is coming out in 2023. Now it's really interesting to see them bringing back the Fatal Frame series. That was one thing that I noticed about this Nintendo Direct, is it really did seem to be focused on the idea of bringing back some older franchises, whether it was remakes of games or new games in franchises. So if you were, excited for that more so than new IPs, then, this was probably a good Nintendo Direct for you. But hey, just here's a quick look at Fatal Frame Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. And of course, if you're a fan of Xenoblade Chronicles 3, they announced a new DLC pack that's going to be coming soon. They also did say during this that the Wave 2 DLC, which had been previously announced, will be coming out October 13th, and that this Wave 3 will be coming out at some point in the future. And it looks like this is going to introduce a new hero named Ino, and a few different other challenging battles and different things to the system. So again, if you are a fan of Xenoblade Chronicles 3, then you have some new DLC to look forward to. Alright, and I just wanted to bring this one up real quick. As an anime fan, this is Fitness Boxing Fist of the North Star. This is a new take on the fitness boxing game, but in this one you battle characters from the Fist of the North Star anime. And hey, look, if you're into this kind of thing, it may make it more interesting than just battling some random no-name people in the regular game. So, might be worth checking out. It comes out March 2023. And we got a little bit more info on the previously announced Front Mission First remake and Front Mission Second remake. Not going to go too much into it other than to say that the first one is set to drop in November, the second one sometime in 2023. And during the show, they did announce that they will also be making a remake of Front Mission Third coming sometime in the future. Alright, and if you happen to own Splatoon 3, you should know that there is a Splatfest that is going to be going on next weekend, Friday the 23rd through Sunday the 25th. So, hey, if you own this game, be sure to check that out. Alright, so this one excited me a little bit. Yes, the Nintendo Direct was very RPG heavy, But this one I thought was pretty cool, and this is Octopath Traveler 2. If you're a fan of the original, this definitely looks like more of the same, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. The first game was really fantastic. Love the art style on it. This one adds in like a day and night cycle to it. It has 8 brand new characters, 8 different story paths to follow. It takes place within a different time frame from the original game, and it is set to drop sometime in February, I believe February 24th of 2023. So if you're a fan of these old school RPGs, be sure to check this out. Alright, and if you are a fan of Square Enix's RPGs and you're a fan of rhythm games, Theater Rhythm Final Bar Line is going to be coming out also next February. This has 385 songs from across all different RPGs, Final Fantasy, Octopath Traveler, just a whole bunch of the Square Enix games. And yeah, this looks like an update to the old Theater Rhythm game that I believe was on the DS back in the day. Don't know how really excited I am for this, but I just thought it was interesting, again, as a franchise that they decided to bring back. Alright, we also got another look at Mario and Rabbids Spark of Hope, and along with, like I said, some more gameplay look, we also got a release date, and it looks like this is going to be coming out pretty soon, October 20th of 2022. Alright, so like I said in the beginning, there's a lot of stuff here that I'm just kind of gloss over and not really touch, because I really just wanted to focus on the ones that I thought were interesting. But I wanted to bring this one up, and this is Rune Factory 3, which is coming out in 2023, which is, again, obviously another one in the Rune Factory. But what is going on with all of these games based on farm simulations? I mean, they announced a ton of them at the Direct. Like I said, I didn't really touch on them because I'm not really that excited about them, but I don't understand I mean, maybe you guys are interested in these things. I don't understand the fascination with these farm simulations, but hey, you know, if you like them, there's plenty coming up to choose from. Let me just put it that way. Alright, now we're getting into the good stuff. A lot of us have been hoping for a while that we might see another roadmap to Nintendo 64 games that are going to be coming out soon, and we got exactly that. They're going to be bringing Pilot Wing 64, Mario Party 1, 2, and 3, Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2, 1080 Snowboarding, and Excitebike 64 to the Nintendo 64 on Nintendo Switch Online sometime over the next 8-9 months to a year, I would guess, is when we'll see these. We will probably continue to see these once a month. But hey, it's nice to know what's coming up. And then they did this. Yep, this is probably the one and only time during the entire Direct that I actually stood up and cheered. GoldenEye 64 is going to be coming, and I couldn't be more excited. Very glad to see this game coming. I hope this is soon on that list and not later. Alright, and just real quick, if you're a fan of Mario Strikers Battle League, you have a new DLC update coming later this month to look forward to. And then we also got some more information on Wave 3 for Mario Kart 8 DLC, with a quick look at 2 of the courses that are going to be in it. And we come to find out that this is going to release during the holiday season this year. And of course, Nintendo Switch Sports is also getting an update. We are going to be getting golf added to that game. The downside to this is this was supposed to be out this fall, but they had to push it to holiday season. So expect this, you know, around Christmas time to drop. Free DLC for Nintendo Switch Sports. Alright, and while they spent way too much time, in my opinion, talking about Pikmin Bloom, they did let us know that Pikmin 4 is also going to be coming out sometime next year. Nothing more really than a quick little teaser trailer, but hey, look, if you're a Pikmin fan, you got Pikmin 4 to look forward to sometime next year. Alright, gotta throw this one in for my daughter. And of course, we got a new Just Dance going to be coming out this November. Very glad that I am not playing the music to this, because I'm sure I would get a copyright strike. If you are a BTS fan, you can kind of guess probably which song is playing here. But yeah, just more Just Dance. I really can't say much more than that, other than I know my daughter will want this. It's going to release in November, just in time for her birthday, so you know what I'll be getting. Alright, and we got another look at Bayonetta 3 during this Direct, which looks fantastic. If you are a fan of Bayonetta, this game just looks like it's going to be great. And we also got a release date. Looks like you're going to be able to play this one just in time for Halloween. How perfect is that? October 28th, 2022. Alright, so I'm not really sure how I feel about this, but it looks like Resident Evil Village, along with some of the other Resident Evil games, Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil, I think, 2 and 3, are going to be coming to the Nintendo Switch, but they're going to be coming as cloud versions. Now, I will admit, I have not tried any of the cloud games on Nintendo Switch. I have no idea how well they play. My guess is they probably play great for some people with really good connections and lousy for others who don't have really good connections. But, you know, hey, like I said, I don't know how I feel about these cloud games on here. But, you know, look, if you're a fan of Resident Evil and this stuff plays well for you, give it a try. Alright, this one got me a little excited. This is Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion, coming out December 13th. And again, very, very heavy on the RPGs, but this one is more of an action RPG, and I gotta admit, it really looks good. So I'm excited to see what this is going to look like. So again, if you are a Final Fantasy fan, especially if you're a big FF7 fan, this is one to definitely keep an eye on. Oh look! More RPGs. This is Tales of Symphonia Remastered. Again, like I said, it looks like they are really trying to focus on older franchises or bringing back games into a remastered form. Tales of Symphonia, originally I believe on the GameCube. Looks like they did a really great job on the remaster. So hey, again, look, if you're an RPG fan, if you like the Tales of Symphonia games, this one is going to drop sometime early 2023. Alright, and then they hit us with yet another remaster. This is Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe. Now this does add 4-player local play. No idea if there's online play on this, but up to 4 players locally will be able to play this. This is, again, a remake of the original Kirby Return to Dreamland. So after having Kirby in a 3D environment, we're back to a 2D style game, which is, you know, kind of Kirby's bread and butter. It's what we're used to seeing. So, yeah, look, if you're a fan of these games, it might be worth checking out. This is coming out, I believe, February 24th of 2023. And then, of course, the, I guess, big reveal for the Nintendo Direct was a new trailer for Breath of the Wild 2, which now has its own name. This is going to be Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And it's set to come out May 12th, 2023. Very, very brief trailer. Again, a little more than a teaser with maybe just a little bit of new gameplay. You know, I really wish they had shown more than they did, but at least we have a name now and we have a release date. Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, May 12th, 2023. Alright everyone, so that about covers the Nintendo Direct. Again, leave me comments below. Let me know your thoughts and what you thought of all the announcements. I will tell you this much. You know, it was a very mixed bag for me. While I thought a lot of this stuff was kind of exciting, I am a big JRPG fan, although I don't have as much time to play now as I used to. Some of the stuff that got announced was really kind of exciting to me. Tales of Symphonia, Octopath Traveler 2. Very excited to see the new Nintendo 64 games that are going to be coming, especially GoldenEye. That one I think is fantastic. And I didn't think that that was one we were going to get, because they've been talking about doing a GoldenEye remaster for a while. Well, now apparently GoldenEye was also announced for Xbox Game Pass Live earlier today. I'm assuming that may be the remastered version. Again, I don't know. I didn't really check that out, to be quite honest with you. Maybe you guys in the comments can let me know. But yeah, that one was really kind of a surprise for me, and I thought that was really exciting. Wish we could have seen more of Tears of the Kingdom. It was too brief. They really could have ended the show with a bang and done like a 10-minute or even a 5-minute look at it instead of, a minute and a half or whatever it was. It was really not much of anything. I know a lot of us would have loved to have seen more. Beyond that, a lot of people kind of speculated about what was going to happen during this direct, and most of it didn't happen. We did not get remasters of Wind Waker or Twilight Princess like a lot of people thought. There was no Metroid at all, no Metroid Prime Trilogy remaster, no Metroid Prime 4, nothing along those lines. A lot of people were hoping for a new system to get added to Nintendo Switch Online, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance. Have not seen that yet. I gotta wonder sometimes with Nintendo. They've been talking, we've been hearing about a direct probably since the last one. Probably since about May, I think. Every month there's been leaks and rumors. Oh, we're going to get a direct this month. We're going to get a direct this month. Never happened until now. All right? And then all these leaks and rumors about what this one was going to be about. So I got to wonder sometimes, is Nintendo maybe holding some of this back because of all the leaks and rumors? Or do they just not care and they just put out whatever they want to put out? That's probably more true. But anyway, let me know your thoughts. Like I said, hit or miss for me. I don't understand all the farm simulators. It's just not my thing. Again, maybe some of you like that stuff, but I can understand 1 or 2 games, but there was like 5 or 6. It was just crazy how many of these RPGs are based on farm simulation. It's not exciting to me. Just being honest, not exciting to me. But hey, look, that's going to do it for the Nintendo Switch Direct. I want to dive right into the Sony State of Play. It was a much smaller event than the Direct. The Nintendo Direct lasted about 40 minutes. This was about half that time, maybe 20 minutes, really focused on just a handful of games. And I got to be honest, if the Nintendo Direct was hit or miss, this was just... It wasn't really much exciting to me except for maybe 2 things, and I'll go through that in a minute. But yeah, let's just dive in. Let's just talk about it. The Sony State of Play. Here you go. Alright, and just like with Nintendo's Direct, I really felt like Sony started off strong. They showed a look at a new game coming out for the PlayStation 5, and I think a lot of people are going to be excited for this. This is Tekken 8. Really not much to say about this. They really didn't, say much of anything. They just kind of showed off this fight going on, but I got to tell you, it looks killer. If you are a fan of the Tekken series, this just looks amazing. Again, this was shown off and said for the PS5. I don't know if they're also going to be releasing this for PS4 or if it's going to be PS5 only. Also, no release date on this, just that it's being worked on. So, look, if you are a fan of these fighting games, and especially the Tekken series, which I am, this just looks phenomenal, and I'm waiting to see more info on it. Alright, from there we got to look at a couple of games that are coming out for the PSVR 2. Now again, no real word on PSVR 2 availability or anything more about the system itself. Just a couple of games that are scheduled to come out for it. And this is Tales from the Galaxy's Edge, the Star Wars game. I can't even talk anymore tonight. I'm so sorry. Yeah, this is Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge. I have this on my Oculus Quest 2. Yes, I said Oculus. I'm not calling it Meta. Sorry. And I love this game. It is phenomenal on the Quest 2. So if you are planning on picking up the PSVR 2, this is definitely a game to look out for. It is a ton of fun. And then we got to look at Demeo, which is another game that's available for the Oculus Quest 2. And this is kind of a tabletop RPG that you play in VR. Haven't really tried this one personally. It looks kind of interesting, but again, looks like it could be phenomenal on PlayStation VR. So, hey, keep an eye out for this one as well. Alright, so this is a game coming from Sega, and this is going to be available for both the PS4 and PS5. Apparently, this is a remake of a game that has never been released outside of Japan. Don't really know much about it other than what they showed here, and I'm probably going to say the name of it wrong, but I believe it's Ishin Like a Dragon. They said this is the first time that this is going to be available outside of Japan. It's a ground-up remake of the game. Looks like a fun samurai feudal Japan type of game. We're seeing a lot of those come out lately. You'll see another one of those later on in the state of play, but it just kind of looks, the action kind of looks frantic on it, and could be kind of interesting. So if you like this style of game, this is one to keep an eye out for. Again, no release date on it, just that it's coming. All right, just going to touch on this one briefly. Again, one of the weird things about this state of play was they showed off a lot of gameplay footage, but they didn't really tell you much about the games. You really were kind of left scratching your head about what the game was really about. And this is Hogwarts Legacy, coming out February 10th. Something about, selling a shop at Hogsmeade, and it looks like it's haunted and all this kind of stuff. Not really sure. A very different kind of, it's almost like a horror Harry Potter game. So I guess we'll just have to kind of find out more information on it. All right, and continuing that trend of just games that make you scratch your head, this is Pacific Drive. Again, just scheduled to come out sometime next year. I really didn't get it. I really don't understand what this game is about. You're driving around in a car with weird crap happening around you all the time. I don't know. I don't understand what this game is about at all. Not really of interest to me. Maybe we'll find out more when it gets closer to release. But, hey, this is it, Pacific Drive. All right, next up, they just touched real briefly on their new reward system, PlayStation Stars. This is a loyalty program that's going to be free to join. And I guess you can, as you play through games and do different things on your system, you can earn points for rewards. The rewards come in the form of digital objects, I guess. Where you place them, what you do with them, I have no clue. Maybe this is supposed to be like a new kind of trophy system. I know people love doing stuff to get trophies. Maybe you'll like doing stuff to get these kind of weird objects to display on your screen or something. I don't know. This is supposed to start, late September. They're supposed to start getting this out in the U.S. Maybe we'll get more information as it gets closer and find out what the point of this is. Because I don't know. All right, I'm just going to run through a couple of these real quick because I just don't, again, none of this really appealed to me that much. We have a game coming out called Sin Duality. They talked about a couple of games that were PS5 exclusives. One called, I think, used to be called Project Eve. Now it's called Stella Blade, or maybe it's Project Eve Stella Blade. I don't know. Again, didn't really do much for me. Not really sure, what the point of it is. Interesting that they're exclusives, and I guess, again, we're focusing on new IPs here. And then the other PS5 exclusive that they talked about is a new game from Team Ninja called Rise of the Ronin. Kind of like I said about Inshin, like a Dragon, this is another feudal Japan, samurai, ninja style game. Ever since Ghost of Tsushima, we seem to be seeing a lot of these. Again, could be cool. Looks kind of interesting, but we'll just have to wait until we get more information. Now, the thing about this game is this isn't even coming out till 2024. So why they were showing it today, I don't know. Maybe just to kind of generate some hype for it, even though it is way far in advance coming out. All right, and then we got to the final announcement of the show. And I got to tell you, I was a little pissed off with this one because they started out showing you what looks like God of War Ragnarok, only to find out that it was basically a commercial for a special controller themed after God of War Ragnarok. And I said, no, this better not be it. They better show more of God of War Ragnarok, because if all they're showing off is a stupid controller, I'm going to be super pissed. But luckily that wasn't it. We did get more gameplay and more of a look at God of War Ragnarok. Now, this is what Nintendo should have done with Tears of the Kingdom. We got a really good look at this, of some gameplay and some story elements that are going on with this. This is how you hype up a game. Again, starting off with Tekken and ending with this were the two best parts of the State of Play. Everything else in the middle you could just throw away from me. I didn't care about any of it. But these two games look phenomenal, and I cannot wait for God of War Ragnarok. Luckily, we don't have to wait long because now we know it is coming out November 9th. So this game is just around the corner, and I couldn't be happier. It looks phenomenal. Alright, and that is pretty much going to wrap it up for this. This video is probably a little too long anyway, trying to go through both of these in one shot. But let me know in the comments below what you thought of the Nintendo Direct, what you thought of Sony's State of Play. Is there anything that you're hyped and excited for? Like I said, I was very mixed about the Nintendo Direct until the State of Play came out, and I can tell you that the Nintendo Direct blew it away because it was just, there was just nothing there. Tekken 8 looks fantastic. God of War Ragnarok looks fantastic. You know, of all the things, I think that God of War Ragnarok is the only thing really that people were hoping to see. I don't know. I didn't hear a lot of other. I guess people maybe wanted to know more about PSVR 2, but I guess maybe we'll get more of that later. The only thing I will say is that coming up this weekend is Tokyo Game Show. Now, I don't expect a lot from Nintendo when it comes to Tokyo Game Show. They usually just save everything for their directs like today. I think we got all we're going to get for now. But we might see more from Sony at the Tokyo Game Show, or at least some things that are definitely going to be dropping on PlayStation if they're not Sony exclusives or Sony Studio led. So, you know, maybe we'll get some more information this weekend. Maybe I'll put out another video based on some stuff that comes out from Tokyo Game Show later on. We'll see. You know, I tend to focus more on the retro games. That is my jam. But, you know, I wanted to just kind of put this out there to you guys so that you know what's coming up. Again, more of the retro stuff definitely from Nintendo Direct. Older franchises coming back, so that was kind of exciting. In terms of Sony, it was more based on newer IPs. Again, other than Tekken, other than God of War, and even those are new. You know, God of War is a whole new thing now. It's gone beyond the original games into a whole new storyline, a whole new set of storylines. Tekken, hey, look, it's a fighting game. Fighting games are fighting games. I think it's going to be fantastic. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But hey, that's all I got for now. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, give this one a thumbs up if you liked it. Leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts, what you're excited for, or maybe you were just overall disappointed with both of these. All right? Maybe there's stuff coming up in Tokyo Game Show that you're excited for. Let me know your thoughts, all right? That's going to do it for this one, though, guys, and I will see you next one. Have a great day. Take care.